Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 52 of Scion of the Dark House, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Gothic horror podcast. Because it is Gothic horror, there may be some things that'll come up to a line for some people, such as body horror, gore, trauma, abuse, child endangerment, and other such things. If there is something that comes up to a line for you, please take a break. Your support means a lot to us, but so does your mental health. So in the last episode, the party had just finished burying the massive amount of bullywugs that had been on the beach, and you decided to go back to the house and explore places you had not explored quite yet. You managed to make your way into the dining room where you found the remains of some of the veg pygmies, along with their weapons and what appeared to be a corpse flower that had died. You then went into the kitchen, where sneaking around the kitchen, you found a strange bug-like creature that seemed to mess with your minds, that had burrowed up from under the ground. You all managed to defeat it, and continuing on, you found your way into the larders and storage cellar, where you found a mysterious trap door underneath which was a sea of bones. Investigating it a little bit, you found that there were weird ghouls and a ghast down there, which you swiftly defeated. Making your way back up, you made your way back upstairs and quickly assessing your surroundings and avoiding the playroom at all costs, you made your way into the trophy room, where you found a drum. Playing it, you found it was connected to the stone on the wall as well as the animal heads and opened a portal into yet another demiplane. Upon entering, you found a village ruled by Uma, the voice of the mammoth, a shaman who was holding a very particular staff that Percy had seen before. Under the suggestion spell, she admitted that she was from the night, which according to the mural next to her, was Tharizdun himself. She admitted to knowing Cull the Shaman, and that Cull the Shaman had left the mammoth head that she uses to commune with the mammoth spirit, and that other spirits were banished because they lied. After some cajoling and coaxing, you all managed to get as much of the truth out of her as possible before she asked you to leave as the spell wore off and then attacked you. You attacked back, managing to subdue her, whereupon her head exploded and out came a strange brain-like creature, which you then swiftly dispatched of. And you are currently now out of combat at the end of your horrible combat encounter, having just squished the horrible brain creature. What would you all like to do?
I mean, do we have any ideas on how we're going to destroy this skull thing or even get it out of here?
Want to try hitting it?
Yeah, okay, let's try hitting it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to hit because it's just a giant mammoth skull. You slam your sword into it. Nothing happens.
Of course.
You also get the sense that because your short sword is magical, it does not shatter. You get the sense that if you had used a regular mundane short sword, the sword might have shattered.
Okay. So you want to try setting it on fire, Rerek? Or
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it and see if that works.
why not?
The Eldritch Blast slams into the skull, but dissipates across the surface as if you had hit a stone wall. Nothing happens.
And I detect magic to see if there's like a protection magic around it, like which is separate from.
Your detect magic is up, but
it
you do
should still
not
be active.
sense anything more than the other two items that were phylacteries.
Maybe use the wand to destroy it. Here, I'll pull it out. Oop. Pull
You
it out of
identify
the
the
bag.
staff?
You want me to identify the staff?
That'd be good.
Okay. Bloop.
All right. You identify it. I do not have a specific name for it. However, it is a modified Staff of the Magi. It's going to have different spells, but it basically functions like a Staff of the Magi. However, there is also a caveat. Only the Great Beholder can attune to it. Anybody who tries to attune to it that is not the Great Beholder will take a shit ton of damage and possibly die.
Oh, we can't really use it.
Nope. Well, we have it now, so I mean that's one less thing we have to. Okay, wait a minute. So, are we supposed to? Should we maybe destroy that too, or are we keeping that, or what? What are we? What's the deal there, Mister Divinatory Vision?
Well, if you look at the drawing, it looks like what I've. Can I make my own like freaking observation?
You're more than welcome to.
No, because like I feel like if I just go and be like, I feel like that girl is Belladonna on the picture holding the staff.
Yeah, that I think we that.
Pretty sure we're all on the same page there.
Okay, dope. So she is the beholder.
Yeah.
Right.
Who can use the staff. So we need to bring her here or something.
Wait, fuck, we can't destroy the staff because it's the thing where like she gets all the things and either is evil or ends the whole shebang.
She's like Anakin Skywalker.
Right.
Type of chosen one.
Which we don't know who that is, but above game, yes, totally.
Well, we have the staff, we can have, I don't know, some smart wizards and Steph and I take a look at it and get back.
And
but
until then, what are we doing about the skull thing?
I think it's gonna be safe in here since it's sacred
we
to the
figure
people
out.
around
So
here.
with the heart of the mummy, I think the mummy just told us how to defeat it, right? Because it was her heart. But the other way was we had to have a professor cast a very important spell to tell us how to destroy.
Yeah.
Yes, but how do we get it out of here? We don't really have that option. It's not going to fit in the haversack.
I guess we just have to carry it.
You're a strapping young man, Arthur. I'm sure you can lift that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or theoretically,
so first of all,
we could get the villagers to do it for us.
I mean, I feel like they're not going to react very well to the fact that we've killed their leader and stolen their sacred relic. Unless you want to do some kind of fairy bullshit to convince them that it's all dandy.
I can burn one of their buildings from afar.
Didn't you hear Uma? We're the prophesied spirits that lead them to the mammoth spirit. I think.
Oh, right. Okay. So Uma betrayed them. We had to kill her, and now we're taking the thing to safety. I see where you're going with that.
Okay.
It did mention that we would lead them across the mountains.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not very stealthy.
We should have asked a little bit more about that before we.
The only mountain that was mentioned is the only mountain that seems visible that you've sensed the dead things, the undead on, and she did mention that Cull banished the lying spirits to that mountain.
I don't want to lead the chosen people to the promised land. We haven't even had dinner.
She said the lying spirits are banished to that mountain. If the only good spirit she was talking to was actually called the shaman, through the mammoth thing, maybe the lying spirits are actually the good spirits?
Okay, so leave the skull here for now and go check out and see what the heck those things are, and maybe also hope that they have booze and chicken.
Spirits.
Fingers crossed.
Would spirits have booze?
I can dream, okay?
Yes, that we can
So
do that.
we should go to the mountain and consult these other spirits that may or may not just be other liches. Fantastic.
Does anybody else have any other ideas?
If we're close enough, I can use my I don't. Oh fuck. Can we like do a long rest or something?
You
think
can
that
do a
probably
short
would be
rest and do your
smart to
arcane
use.
recovery.
Yeah, I would not recommend a long rest here, like after we just killed the village's leader, but
We could take a short rest, and we could tell the villagers that Uma is entering a deep trance. Well, how would I phrase it, though?
you know, I'm just gonna leave that up to you.
Maybe you just do your dirt magic and bury her.
Dirt man.
I mean, we exploded her head and smashed her weird brain pit.
How about
The body is still there.
how about we tell them that she has ascended and has gone to where the freaking mammoth spirit is.
Sure, why not?
Well,
Kinda
I
like-
mean, to be fair, she is no longer here with them.
Hmm.
I just need to figure out an elegant way to put it that they'll believe without asking too many questions.
Why don't we
They
take a
didn't
little bit
seem
of
to
rest
be-
and you can put your manipulative
In the meantime,
mind
I'm gonna
check.
start using mold earth to bury her body.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. The earth rolls over her and pushes her deeper into the earth. And yeah,
And I'm gonna spend a hit die.
If we are doing a short rest, I'm gonna
Yeah.
spend 2 first level spell slots to make 2 more sorcery points and then recover them.
all right. And then you can use your arcane recovery, Rerek, and I think you can recover a 4th level spell slot and then a few
Yes.
more.
Wait, how many other slots? Hold on. let me check.
Wait,
Oh, I don't
no, you
remember
would
what
only
arcane
get one
recovery
4th
is.
level. You could get 1 4th level, a 3rd level,
Or-
and a 1st level, 2 second levels, or 4 first levels because it's half your level rounded down.
Yeah, combined level that's less than half your wizard level.
And none of the spell slots can be above
Can
level
be 6.
5.
They're hot.
Can
Yeah.
be 6 or higher. Yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, you can just grab a 4th level spell slot and
Okay. Sure. 4th level. 1 4th level.
Yep. I still have a few slots left, like a handful.
Starting to run a little low.
Not that I use them very, very much, but
so the villagers do not disturb you while you are taking your short rest inside of the tent.
we'll nap
Presumably,
next to a dead body. No big deal.
presumably
Push it under
because
the
she is a
ground,
holy
Lark.
figure.
If he makes that snide aside about taking a rest next to a dead body, Lark's gonna be like, "We already buried her. It's fine."
I mean, yeah, that's not better because now you know what? I'm gonna take a nap. That's fine. I'm just gonna cuddle up onto Jasmine's little belly.
Mhm. And your short rest goes unimpeded. What would you like to do now that your short rest is over?
Eat. I would like to eat.
You definitely
But-
can.
That goes without saying, and I don't have any food. I keep forgetting to buy food before we leave town.
We still have chocolates.
There's chocolate. Why did no one tell me there was chocolate?
at this point?
There's Shadowfell chocolate, or chocolate we bought to go to the Shadowfell, and a few candied flower petals if you want them still.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I absolutely do. Is that even a question? What? That should hold me for about 20 minutes.
Great food and water right now.
Okie
I mean, I guess we don't
dokie.
technically need it, but I mean, it'd be nice. Okay, so over the hill and far away.
Over the hillside.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think we need to go tell it on the mountain.
Oh, yeah. After the rest, I'll use a few more cantrips between like mold earth and prestidigitation to just clean the crime scene.
Yeah, you can pretty easily just, the blood vanishes, the goop vanishes or is pulled into the earth.
And I
The
mended
dirt floor rolls over.
and then I mended a few things that got broken from all the rockets.
Yeah, a few slices in the hide, a few chips on some of the wood logs, a few dents in a few of the pottery and things like that. It looks like nothing happened here.
Rerek, honestly, we could go into business together doing this.
Yeah.
Arthur, do you know anybody who needs a cleaning crew after they're done with your job?
I mean, hello. Obviously, yes, those skills would come in handy, but I've been so busy trying to save the damn world, I haven't murdered the nefarious in a bit.
Yep.
We have quite a hike.
What?
You might want to move your mic closer. I can't quite hear you.
We have quite a hike in front of us.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over all your self-righteousness.
Ooh.
Where'd that come from? Okay.
Oh, don't pick on him too much. We found out that his family doesn't have a skeleton in their closet. They have a scene of them in their basement that were dumped there from their kitchen. So maybe they were cannibals.
Yes,
Fingers
I'm
crossed.
sure we
Y'all
probably
are
were.
just digging.
I hope that makes you so happy.
Well, I mean, it does. It's kind of nice to know that your family's not half as infallible as you like to pretend you are.
Ooh.
At what point have I ever made it? You think my family is infallible? I think I rather plainly talked about how awful they were.
Meh.
All right, well, to the mountain.
Yep.
The mountain does lay just beyond the village. It is incredibly close. You can see there are a few goats on the side of the mountain, very large goats on the side of the mountain.
Do we have the
they're very
supplies to make a
tiny.
fire?
Wait, what?
Because, I mean, roast goat.
I
What?
think we have the magical ability to make a fire if we need to.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, we could roast a goat, is
Mm-hmm.
what we're saying.
Arthur, if that's what your heart is set on.
I mean, if you desperately want to eat goat from a pocket dimension that has a phylactery in it, when the last one we went to, when we killed its guardian, they all
Yeah,
turned
they're
into
quite
horrible
gross.
damned souls.
Mhm.
You want to eat some damn soul goat?
I mean,
Well, how damned
you
can
not?
a goat's soul be, really?
You'd be surprised. Have you looked
mean-
into their eyes? They have nothing back there.
I
I feel like this
literally
is just slowly turning into an in-character conversation where Lark's like,
Yeah.
Percy, that's very, very judgy of you. Animals should have spirits and souls as much as humans do.
But what could a goat do that would damn its soul?
lick
And the goat
salt
god.
off of the walls.
I mean, it could taste poorly.
Well, then I will say a prayer for these damned goats.
Okay, well, as long as your prayer ignites a fire that I can roast a goat leg over, then I guess that's fine.
Arthur, none of us are stopping from killing a goat right now. If that's really what you want.
No.
I'm going to take aim at the goat. Closest goat I can find. Is he running?
Presumably you are mostly up the mountain at this point in time because you guys had just spotted them from a ways off. So yeah, let's jump forward in time. Maybe about an hour of climbing the mountain. It's not too far from the top, although you do see a large cave entrance that's not quite at the top of the mountain, but is definitely close, where there seems to be quite a few cave paintings on the outside of, as well as stacked almost cairns in various places. Other fetishes and things of that nature have been set up. But yeah, we'll just say that you very easily just snipe a goat and spend some time roasting a goat, and you have a nice roast goat on the side of a windy mountain.
And that's all I wanted.
Okay.
Sorry,
Just-
Rerek. I mean, I didn't mean to be insensitive, but
It's okay. I'm just eating the snowball.
how's that working for you?
It's not yellow.
Okay, well, that's a bonus.
That's good. So
Just don't eat any of the snow to the east end of the cave. Oh, okay. Yep.
I'm thinking the cave now. We're going to look at the cave.
Do you suppose this is where we're supposed to go?
Well, can we stick some of this goat in your bag for later? Is that going to be weird? Or
I haven't kept up if this thing is like full yet.
I mean, I can store it. It's fine. I'll stick it in Jasmine's pack.
But yeah, I can put it in my bag.
I got it. Couple of goat shanks. No big deal.
Where's that cave?
All right. So
Luck
you
have
do enter this cave. It is somewhat dark, but the sunlight flooding in more than makes up for the darkness that would normally be enveloping this place. There are large stone pillars in a semicircle around the middle of this cave. Each one of them has a cave painting on it, depicting a wolf, an elk, a fish, a salamander, an eagle, a saber-tooth, a buffalo, a bear, and a mammoth. At the base are various bones that look like bones from that particular creature set up in almost an altar. And there is a magnificent cave painting above on the roof depicting these animals almost dancing amongst the stars. It is still a cave painting, but it is still impressive for its size and where it is. However, you notice that on the mammoth pillar does not have a skull.
Oh my god.
We need to lug that giant ass mammoth skull all the way up here.
We didn't bring it.
We what?
I feel like that mammoth head thingy is supposed to be in here.
Well,
Oh, yeah, because like all the other ones. Okay.
At this
back
moment,
down the mountain, boys.
At this
Well, I
moment,
mean,
though, there
can't we-
is a blue glow that begins to emanate from some of the pillars, and appearing are the animals that they depict, ghostly, floating about maybe an inch off the ground, clearly spirits.
Whoa.
Oh, hello.
You've come to us.
Yes.
Are you the animal spirits who have been banished, right?
Yes. We were here and worshipped by the people of the valley. And then Kull, the shaman, came. He betrayed us all. He lied to everyone. And most of all, he lied to the mammoth. The mammoth has been dying, not able to fully die, but not able to fully live. Kull, the shaman, has defiled his skull.
Oh my god, what he do with his skull?
Conveniently, darlings, we're trying to destroy that skull. Would that be possible?
If you destroy the skull, then the mammoth will die, as will every mammoth in the valley.
Ooh.
If you bring the skull here, we should be able to cleanse it.
Can I insight check them?
Yes, you may.
And could somebody with better wisdom than me insight
I will
check them?
insight check.
I'm doing it because I'm proficient in it, but I'm not good at it.
That's a 21 for me.
I'll go for it. Why not? I got poop.
22. Wait, what is it? Insight?
Well, I got a
Insight.
15.
18.
Yeah, they seem to be telling the truth. Once we cleanse it, the mammoth can reside within it, and we will all be whole once again. We can leave the mountain.
Will that weaken
Perfect.
Kull, though?
We are not sure what he has done to the mammoth's skull, but his power radiates from it. If it is cleansed, then it will be gone.
That we will come and bring the skull. We'll be right back. Give us like a few hours.
See, and now are you not glad that we stopped to eat?
Oh my gosh, so hectic.
So I'm presuming you guys are trudging back down the
Get
mountain.
back down the mountain.
Yeah.
So
Holy
how
hell.
are we going to get it up the mountain?
How long does your shrinking last?
Huh?
How long does the shrinking last that you cast?
A minute.
Well, that's not great.
Oh.
I guess we can just tag team it.
The thing is here. Okay, hang on. I'm Googling something.
It's probably close to maybe 1,000 pounds
Oh,
on its own.
pounds. And I was like, well,
It's several hundred pounds.
well, she said they had a way to move it. Should we investigate that?
About 52 kilograms,
Well,
apparently.
wait, if we're still in the cave, are we still in the cave right now? Or are we
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Lark's just gonna look towards these spirits and be like, I don't suppose any of you could help us carry it. We're not exactly equipped.
We have been banished to the mountain. We can go no farther than this.
Oh, you're powerful spiritual deity beings. Bless him with like bear strength or something.
Sadly, we cannot. Our power has been waned. We are not whole. The mammoth is missing.
Oh, well, it was worth a shot.
Let's make a
Yeah.
sleigh and then have Jasmine pull it.
All right. Well,
It's
we will
over 100 pounds. She's
We
be
only
can-
back
60.
eventually.
We can all pull it.
Yeah.
He said it's like
whatever.
1,000 pounds. We're not pulling that.
Apparently, the average elephant skull weighs about 120 pounds.
But
That's an
mammoths-
elephant, though. So
mammoths
yeah.
are bigger.
It's a
Okay,
magical
what if
skull.
mold earth?
Just push it over and over and over again?
Can I earth
Damn it.
bend it up the mountain?
Okay,
I know,
apparently
Carry Madam's
Oh my God,
alive
get
off
off.
the mountain.
I would say that you could. There is enough dirt on the mountain, and if you get enough underneath it, you could surf it up the mountain. I did look up, and apparently mammoth skulls weigh about 660 pounds.
Cool.
Jesus H. Okay, that's a lot.
So yeah, it is a lot. But
Um,
yes, you could theoretically earth bend it up the mountain.
Maybe we
If
could
Earth
peek
bended
around
up the
village, see
mountain.
if they had a way of doing it.
I could whisper a few sweet things in the strongest looking villagers' ears to help them get them to help us carry it all the way.
Yeah, that seems like it would work out fabulously.
I mean, if my spell worked on their cult leader, I think it'll work on the general populace too.
You know what? You go for it.
Well, what do you boys want to do? But then again, I can only do it to one of them at a time.
Right.
Oh well,
um,
pick
We're
the
just gonna look
strongest
around.
one.
Let's see if we can find if they had a way. She said they had a way to move it.
she did say that. She did.
Did she?
All right, that's as good as an idea as any. So,
Walk
I guess
back,
we ask the villagers.
make some investigation checks or something. See if we can find a thing.
So you head back down the mountain into the village where there are still people moseying about. It seems they have not noticed the absence of their leader. Presumably she communes with the mammoth for quite some time. Are you going back into the tent to look, or are you looking around the village? What are you doing?
I mean, there wasn't really anything else in that tent, right?
Nope.
There were quite a few things in that tent.
We could go back into the
Um,
tent.
Let's check out the tent.
Loot
So,
the dead person's place.
yeah, I guess roll some investigation checks.
All right, you can roll some investigation checks if you'd like.
I'll give advantage to somebody else who's better at it than I am.
That would not be me. I'll do the same thing. I'll offer help action if
Okay.
Eric wants to do it. I'm assuming his intelligence is pretty good.
I have a +6 investigation.
Oh, I'm giving the help
Yeah.
action to Rerek.
15 +6, 21.
I got a 15, but that's with my modifiers.
You do manage to find it's kind of a almost what's the term? It's almost a stretcher made from strips of hide tied between sticks that have been reinforced with leather and other sticks to kind of create this stretcher that's wide enough to hold this mammoth skull, and people standing on each side of it, 3 on each side, could probably carry it on this stretcher. And it's presumably how they got it down from the mountain.
Okay, boys.
Well,
Check it, boys. Check it.
it would
We'll
seem
need
if
a
we want
team.
to use this method, we would need to snap.
Yeah. So Lark, you're up.
Oh, villagers!
At this
I
point, they do
think-
kind of look very strangely at you.
Now, I've a proposition isn't even the proper term for this. Uma saw us coming. If anyone's been in Uma's tent before, you know that beautiful mural? That's the 4 of us.
They begin
With
to
a
kind
hair-
of whisper amongst each other very excitedly.
Yes, and as your spirit guides, right, fellas? I need the help
Thaumaturgy
of.
effects to help.
We needed 3 of them on each side, right?
Yes, 3 people on each side.
I need 6 of your most stalwart, burliest folk from the village.
They kind of look around and slowly some people step forward. You get the sense that you're not going to get giant bodybuilders, but you are going to get people who can probably lift this thing. They are different sizes, different shapes, but they're all generally tall villagers. You get about 4 very tall men, one of whom is very muscular, the other of one of which whom is surprisingly a bit skinny, but looking at the muscles, it looks like maybe he could lift. You also get a very short, stocky woman and 2 sort of average height women that are definitely warriors of some kind, given their dress. And the 6 of them step forward. And one of them, the short, stocky woman, just kind of goes, "What do you need us to do?"
Yes, before we lead you all out of here to your next destination, we have a particular task that we must complete to take the mammoth skull back up the mountain.
And they all kind of whisper, "The mountain, it's cursed. The lying spirits are there."
Oh, darling, I'm gonna, whichever one says it, Lark's gonna fly down to you and do like a face caress and be like,
Oh,
darling, we're your spirit guides. You'll be safe from the cursed mountain spirits while we're around. And just do like a little chin under scritch as I try to persuade them.
Let's just say that it was like this really big guy, and he kind of gives you a really weird look. If you'd like to roll persuasion, you can. Just a general persuasion for the population.
Okie dokie. Wait, am I getting the help action from anybody, or does it not matter?
I'll give it to you.
My persuasion is shit.
Oh no, I mean, like, I was just, because I know we were getting, I was like, am I getting my thaumaturgy on from my homeboy,
Yeah,
Percy?
I'm doing rumbles and sounds and
We'll like
And
we'll pretend Jasmine is one of
Jasmine
those
roaring. Yeah.
spirit things.
How is a dirty 20?
Oh yeah, people they're still a bit hesitant, but they kind of nod, and the short, sort of stocky woman just says, "We will get the mammoth skull. We will bring him to the mountain." And then the other
Okay.
people, they begin to start milling around. You notice people are pulling out, they begin to pull out like instruments and spears Mainly it's drums and rattles and things of that nature, as well as ribbons and that sort of thing. And they kind of wait patiently as these big men and women load the skull into the stretcher.
Holy crap, we're getting a parade.
Yeah, Lark's gonna zip back to the party while they're doing that and be like, Percy, pick your jaw up off the floor, you dirty boy.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you
god.
got me, Lark. I was totally just your druid.
But yes, there. Oh, he's saying it in Elvish too, just to be safe.
Mm.
And he's just gonna. I guess I'll just to the 6 that are getting ready. He's gonna be like, "Fear not, we will escort you there, for your safety, and the safety of many, many people, without pointing in the fact that it's the safety of an entire other plane of existence."
Yeah. One of the taller women kind of, has Uma already gone up the mountain?
She's
Yeah.
no longer here.
You could say
What?
Uma is up the mountain and one with the mountain and preparing for the night to come.
All right, then that is not a deception check then, because technically, yes.
I love how Percy just goes, she's no longer with us.
Which is also technically not a lie. She's no longer with you guys.
Am I
I
rubbing off on
mean-
you guys? I love it.
Yeah, so they have the skull loaded and they do begin to go up the mountain. And following behind you are basically almost the entire village, with drums and rattles and ribbons and even like just branches. They're waving them back and forth, playing music. They're not singing. Presumably only Uma would be singing at this point, but it is definitely, the village is celebrating the people who are supposed to take them to where the mammoth spirit is. And you do manage to make it up the mountain and into the cave, and they place the mammoth skull in front of this sort of altar. And the blue glow returns as the animal spirits appear, and this time the mammoth appears. And all of the people gasp and they begin to kneel as the animal spirits kind of gather close. Thank you. Thank you for doing this for us. We can now leave the mountain.
Awesome.
Of course.
Rerek, could you check if that still is, cursed for us, please?
Sure.
You cast Detect Magic.
Mm-hmm.
It does not give off the same type of magic anymore. It seems to be entirely gone without any kind of fanfare or screaming or eruption of spirits. It's just gone.
Yeah, it's
And it gives off the same energy as the other bones that are in the altars with the other animal spirits.
It looks to me like it's been cleared. It's no longer a phylactery.
Lark's just gonna look around, like wondering if this place is gonna start imploding like the
Yeah.
last two did.
Right. Like this was kind of anticlimactic. I'm a little concerned.
Right.
No earthquakes.
No
No
how
There are
meteors.
no earthquakes. There are no meteors.
How about we just leave? So let's not wait for anything to happen.
Yes,
Yes.
well,
I mean,
Lark,
We
say
We
something
shall
to
go
people.
down the mountain with these people. There is a new land for them to go to, and we shall go with them.
I wish you the
Great.
best.
go in peace.
darlings,
Oh, great.
if you wind up, I don't know, starting a graveyard of sorts, I don't know if the term even exists yet.
Every time.
Lark's gonna, like, in between his fingers, flick a seed or two. If you would just do me a favor and plant a few of these, I would be quite a happy spirit guide.
We are one with nature. However, those are not of our plane.
Ooh, you're smarter than I took you for. Good catch.
Are you quite done?
Oh, I can't go without a little bit of playtime.
Yeah, I've met you.
And at this, the
One of your
mammoth,
seeds of the dead body of Uma. That's what you can do.
the mammoth does step forward. Come, people of the valley, I have been restored. We have a new land to go to, where there shall be plenty to eat and drink. The valley is no longer useful to us. It has been tainted by the one who tricked you. We will lead you. Fear not. And it gives a huge trumpet that does shake the mountain. And a fog begins to descend. Clouds roll over the sky until there's only about maybe 20 to 30 feet of visibility. Go,
Okay.
we shall be with you. And one by one, the animal spirits rise, turning into wisps and out of the mountain, until all that is left is the mammoth spirit. I thank you all for what you have done. I was tricked by Kull. I believed he had in mind what was best for the people of the valley, but that was not true. I
No.
was driven away, but I have now returned, and I wish to thank you. You are the four that were prophesied to come and to take us away from the valley. The mystic, and the trunk points to Percy. The shaman, and it points to Rerek. The hunter, and it points to Arthur. And the stranger, and it points to Lark.
Ooh.
I sensed you the moment you came, but I could not speak to you. I thank you for everything that you have done.
Of course. I don't suppose you have any more ideas about how to stop the coming night?
I do not. However, I can leave you with a gift.
Ooh.
However, I do not know of the magics that the shaman and the mystic and the stranger have, but I understand the hunter. We are one with nature. You move amongst us. What I can do is I can give you my blessing. And that is the best that I can do.
Ooh.
Sure.
Well then, stand before me and I shall bless you.
Okay. Like this?
That will do. And the mammoth pulls its trunk back and then pushes forward and just trumpets. Once again, earth-shaking trumpet. Your hair is blown back. But you definitely feel some magical difference to you.
Okay.
Please, go with my blessing. Go down the mountain and you will find yourself in the land you need to be. I shall follow. This place shall be no more soon. And once again, the mammoth turns into a ball of lightning out the front of the cave.
Okay. So that was fun. I feel all tingly.
Do you feel different?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't bring the book. Never mind.
Oh, I mean, if you wanted something large and hairy to blow in your face, I know a few guys who can help.
I think we can just
Okay.
start walking now.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's me, Mario.
You do head down the mountain, and as you do, you notice some of the plants are not quite the same as they were going up. More grasses, a few flowers, until you reach the base of the mountain. Walking forward, it smells different than what it was before. It smells more Gothian in nature. And the fog begins to clear, and you look around and you realize you are standing in one of the huge lawns in front of the house. Behind you is the house on the hill. In front of you is the lawn where you see the hedge maze and the garden. And interestingly, you see off a couple 100 feet in another direction, you see the entire village of people just standing there in the yard. And you begin to see mammoths as well. And the mammoths begin marching off into the forest with the people following them.
Okay.
So we're just
Don't
gonna
make any deals with the fish people.
yeah.
Don't eat the frogs.
Okay. So
They're just
well that's
here now.
uh-huh.
Maybe we should notify some science people. Like these mammoths are back.
And pray to the fates that we haven't irreparably altered the ecology.
I mean, we've been irreparably altering ecology on this plane since.
You
We have a talking.
You
road.
have been irreparably altering ecology.
Oh, darling, it took at least 2 of us to tango. You're the one that led me to the fairy ring in the first place.
Okay, well, only because I owed you. I pay my debts.
As you should.
They're going to be fine.
Yeah, they'll be all right. They got the mammoths.
They've got mammoths and nature spirits galore protecting them.
Yeah, it's all good.
Where do we go next?
At this point, you do hear in your head I should say, Percy, you do hear in your head a very familiar voice. It seems to be the voice of Belladonna. Oh, thank goodness, you're back. I've been trying to reach you for a while. Are you okay?
Is this a sending spell? I'm fine.
Oh, I have telepathic abilities. It's been something we've been working on.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah, no, we were just in a demiplane. We're back. What's up?
Oh, okay, that's why it didn't work. Great. So Professor Maximilian Dupree told me to tell you, we're kind of using this as part of my lessons, that Alex, your cousin, and a very large lizard in shiny armor are going to come and find you because the very large lizard needed to go to the house. I don't know. They just told me to tell you that.
Very large
I think
lizard,
we
man.
know him. So should we go? Did they give you an ETA on that?
I think they're going to be leaving somewhere in like a few hours. They were wrapping up something involving a painting. I don't know. They don't tell me a lot.
It's striking me as much as a painter. But we'll be here. Should we meet at the gates or?
Yeah, that might be good. Yeah, you might want to meet them at the gate. They don't really know where they're going.
Right, well,
One of the professors offered to teleport them here, but the big lizard was very insistent on no more teleporting.
That tracks.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. It's cool that you can do this.
Yeah, I didn't know that I could do that either. But now that we know, I actually have a few lessons to go back to complete, but hopefully you are not too hurt. I don't know what happens in those demiplanes.
No, it's free. Do you know what a mammoth is?
No, but I can ask the librarian. The librarian's a beaver.
Right. Right. I think I knew that.
Of course he is.
Well, mammoths are back now. They weren't here, but they're back, and they're in the forest around the house.
Oh,
So
that's
I guess if
interesting.
that's just something that people might be interested in there. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll make sure to tell someone. I'm sure someone will find that incredibly important. Well, anyway, I have to go. I have a few lessons to complete.
All right. Yeah. We'll be ready.
All right, great. And then you feel a connection sever.
So who was that?
My sister apparently has the ability to telepath across great distances.
Oh, lovely.
And she told me that's my cousin, as well as Bruno, the large lizard folk that
Yeah, I
stumbled
remember
in
Bruno.
on us a while ago. They're both coming here.
Cool. Well, I don't know how to deal with that right now.
Yeah.
We just climbed up and down a mountain
Mhm.
twice. And I don't know, he sprayed whatever he sprayed on me. So should we maybe find somewhere to rest?
Yeah, we
Carriage house,
should.
again, that's close to the entrance.
Carriage house?
Yes.
Carriage house it is.
Yes.
All right. So you all head back to the carriage house to settle in and to wait for Alex and Bruno to arrive. And it is at this point that we can end the episode. So thank you all for joining us. We will see you all next week, where we figure out why exactly Bruno and Alex have decided to show up to the estate.